The investigation by the Parliamentary Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises entered its second day as officials from the Ministry of Finance and Bank of Uganda appeared to explain the circumstances surrounding the diversion of over 60 billion shillings intended for Uganda's debt servicing. The funds in question were meant to pay off debt maturities to two international financial bodies, namely the International Development Association (IDA) and the African Development Bank (FDB). Specifically, $6.134 million were earmarked for the IDA and $8.54 million for the FDB due in September this year. However, instead of reaching these organizations, the funds were transferred into the accounts of Roadway Company Limited and MGS International. Lawrence Semakula, the Accountant General, confirmed that the funds were mistakenly transferred to unintended beneficiaries.
So we are trying our level best to be able to understand how this could have happened so that it does not reoccur. We have engaged, the Auditor General has engaged the special audit. We have the police forensics that are also on the premises to be able to, for us to understand exactly what happened so that based on that, then we are able to see how we proceed.
He emphasized that the two companies were not registered as approved government service providers and were therefore not authorized to receive such payments.
I really want to emphasize in that we have looked at our information that we have. We do not have those beneficiaries as registered service providers of government. Because for us to be able to pay you as any supplier of government, you must be registered on a government payment system.
The Ministry of Finance is now facing a complex investigation to determine how this mix-up occurred. During the inquiry, members of the Parliamentary Committee pressed officials for clarity on how these payments were made. Ministry of Finance representatives maintained that the payments were processed through an automated system which was supposed to direct the funds to the correct recipients, the IDA and FDB.
Who are those particular persons that initiated? Before we go to the payment side, now we are still at treasury operations. They are initiating. Who are those that initiated?
Internal control systems. At this point, as the chair was asking, you should have now statements from all the officers who are involved in that system. But when you come and say we are doing our level best by waiting for someone from the committee, we are concerned.
After approving, that's when now the payments go to the payments team, which is central at...
Goes to the payments team.
Which is central at the Treasury.
However, when pressed further, two names emerged, that of Maureen Chichoncho and Mbaraka Nansamba, who were identified as individuals who may have been involved in initiating payments from the Ministry of Finance.
Who selects whom to pay? Because not all people who are on the payment line are paid. Who selects?
Talking of who this and that, who authorized that email, who confirmed that please go on and pay.
You've told us that Maureen is almost the last person in terms of approval. Is that true? Mubarak.
You need to answer
yes,
that.
Mubarak is the last person.
Yes, Mubarak
in terms
is the
of
last
approval.
person.
Is that true?
In terms of action.
Chair, it is the accounting officer, but when the accounting officer is not available, then that role is delegated.
Despite this revelation, ministry officials insisted that their instructions were to pay the two international financial bodies, not the companies that received the funds.
Gone through the process from invoice initiation, invoice approval, file creation, and file formatting. Yeah. Even if you go on the system now.
I think that's what...
On the other hand, officials from the central bank stated that they had received instructions to pay Roadway and MGS International, but they have yet to provide documentary evidence of these instructions to the parliamentary committee.
Mr. Chairman, we have the instruction that was sent to us by the ministry to pay Roadway, and this will be submitted with the documents this afternoon.
According to Bank of Uganda, Eunice Kahimakazi was the person responsible for facilitating communication between the Ministry of Finance and the bank.
What was your role in this transaction?
Particular payment?
Yes.
We received an instruction.
You.
Yes, received that email from Mubarak, as you read properly.
Saying that?
That he would like a SWIFT message for that particular payment.
You've had, there is a Eunice.
Eunice Mwana Kahima.
By Kahimakas.
Kahimakas. Okay.
Kahimakas, yes.
Good. She's the one who sent the email.
Yes.
The Bank of Uganda officials have strongly rejected the possibility that the misappropriation was the result of cyber theft, a theory which had been circulating. The Ministry of Finance, however, has taken steps to involve the Auditor General, Uganda Police, and the Financial Intelligence Authority to conduct a thorough investigation into the matter.
Speaking in this meeting.
While the parliamentary committee was looking for answers regarding the transfer of public funds, a quick search of the two companies involved raised more questions. Roadway Company Limited specializes in advertising services such as direct mailing, short message services, and advanced marketing targeting technology, allegedly connecting with wealthy Chinese clients. MJS International, on the other hand, is described as a company involved in the design and development of high-speed, lightweight equipment for military vehicles, airborne applications, and sea vessels. Both companies operate industries far removed from the financial or development sectors typically associated with servicing public debt. This discrepancy has led to heightened suspicion and concern about the integrity of the payment process. As investigations continue, the Ministry of Finance and Bank of Uganda face mounting pressure to explain how this substantial misallocation of public funds occurred and who was responsible for diverting the money. With national and international scrutiny intensifying, Ugandans are eager for answers about what happened to the money that was supposed to support the country's debt obligations. This scandal has now brought into sharp focus the need for greater transparency and accountability in the management of public funds, and the public awaits further developments from the ongoing investigation. Juma Kiria, NTV.